Hello, Toddbog here with Breaking the Stream, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Conquest of Elysium 5. Our last playthrough was not so great. We had several failed starts as a Baccamano player, several great starts that just turned into a stomp when a more powerful and successful enemy came near us. However, we did see that we could utilize certain events like Inferno coming to the world to our advantage in those cases. So if you haven't given it a check, or if you haven't given it a look, definitely check it out. Even if you only check out the last video in the Baccamano series, I recommend that because we actually had an Archmage show up, so you can see a little bit of what they bring to the table. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a new game. The Baccamano we're probably going to revisit in the future, but at this time we're going to go on to something else just to give us a new flavor, give us some new experience, and then we can revisit them maybe in a stream or figure out some other way. So as always, this playthrough will be beginner friendly and played to completion. So definitely stick with it, and you'll see daily videos from me on this. So we always do large map. We keep random society because it's always interesting to explore, and it avoids me choosing something that would make the class a little easier. So, you know, sometimes it works out for us, sometimes it doesn't, but I mean, I play a roguelike strategy game for that reason, right? And you always want to turn on battle reports, which I did there. So I always do 6 AI players. You can always do what you want, but once you have them set, you can hit the plus key, and that'll change all their difficulties at once. So we're going count difficulty, which gives them about double, double the resources we do from the same things. So, all right. So who are we gonna play? So there's a few different options here, but somebody did request, and I've been wanting to play the High Cultist, so we're gonna go ahead and do that one. Another sacrifice type. However, they get some really cool and interesting sacrifices summons. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually turn this around. I don't think I've ever run into a High Cultist that has been challenging enough in my multiplayer games, or in my single player games we played for the channel, with one or two exceptions, and that's more because we started next to them and they got some extremely powerful summons. But anyways, High Cultists, think Cthulhu, mythos, High Cultists. They dedicated to the great old ones. They've got regular human sacrifices to do what they need to do. They can summon from the water and the deep, and they can do a lot of other things. So this is a fun faction. You need to conquer more settlements to gain sacrifices. They're needed to summon deep ones from the depths of the sea and convince them to support the High Cultist cause. So because we're using sacrifices with this class, our summons have a chance of not being controlled, so we're going to have to be careful with that. Yeah, they're always risky, and successful cultists never summon anything he cannot also kill if things go awry. Even though his service to the Great Old Ones has changed him, the High Cultist is ultimately human by nature and cannot grasp that's what's required for the most difficult rituals. So you must summon an old one who will then become your new leader, and allow him to do even more. Star spawn, things like that. So we gain hybrids from all coastal settlements, so that's a nice little free troop. Not something you can rely on, but you know, at least your coastal settlements will be protected. Collect sacrifices from hamlets, villages, and large settlements. Can use them to perform rituals. Are easy to replace as new ones join frequently. So you get a lot of your casters, which is nice, and you get some interesting casting spells. So, all right, so we got everything set. Unique random players to get us a chance at some Easter eggs, and away we go. We're gonna cover all the troops we get and everything. So this army has two different types of troops, the summoned troops, and then it's got these troops that are standard human troops. So we start out with spearmen, which are your baseline troop, and kind of a measure of where everything goes. 1 to 4 damage, 6 hit points, no armor. So it does have a shield, which can block 0 to 1 damage, and so these are the 3 stats that I usually look for at first, and then eventually you'll start looking at other stats as you start learning the game. So if you're doing this for the first time, hit points, obvious. The more you have, the more damage you can take. Armor, every point of armor reduces damage from attacks by 1. Right now we have 0 armor, but the shield also has a chance to block 1, and I think that's a 50-50 chance, so it's a coin flip there. But if it's a ranged attack, it'll block 0 to 2. And as you can see, since we do 1 to 4 damage, if something has 1 armor, it can really affect how much damage these guys are putting out. Crossbows are great. So in this case, no armor, 5 hit points. They have a range attack. Range 5 does 1 to 5 damage. However, it's only usable every 2 rounds. So they got to reload on the off round. So those are your basic troops there. Of course, we got ourselves. And I'm a High Cultist, so I can cast spells. And I also have a dagger attack. I can paralyze, which is really good. Reading the stars gives luck, which can be useful. Meteor is really good. It takes 2 turns to cast, but as you can see, it does 1 to 50 damage to one person, and then 1 to 8 damage in a burst of 5 around it, representing the explosion. And it can't be cast underground. And then Invade Mine is fantastic. That allows us to enslave enemies. So hopefully we'll be doing some of that for sure. So, all right. So, and then we've got our Cultist of the Deep. He's our, what do I want to call him? Apprentice, essentially. But Paralyze and Confusion. So Confusion can be useful as well. So. Recruit-wise, if you want to recruit from a place, in this case the deserted port, if you hit the I key, it'll show you what all the icons mean. It's a citadel, so you can recruit here by doing that, or you can hold down the right mouse button and do that. So besides the spearmen, we got swordsmen, which are great because they have 1 armor. They attack for more damage, so 1 to 6 instead of 1 to 4. And then the only difference is they take 10 iron, so they need that iron to make the armor. Archers do 1 to 3 instead of 1 to 5, but they attack every round, and they have the same range, so these guys are useful too. I never checked. Yeah, same initiative, so it doesn't change anything there. Heavy infantry are great, except they're slow, so that means that you can't move as fast with them in your army. However, they have got 2 armor. They've got a large shield, which blocks 0 to 2, and 0 to 4 against range, so very sturdy. Not too many more hit points, but if you need to do siege combat, those are usually when you get them, because your siege weapons will have additional things. So like this has got siege. We'll talk about that more. We've got ourselves a captain we can recruit. They're a standard leader, and then a ship, and we're not going to worry about the ship for now. So there's that. Then the last thing, since we're a casting race, we also have our powers. So we've got Rituals of Mastery, or how you learn new powers. You can call Warriors of the Deep, performed in a coastal area on a clear night when the stars are right, but even the cultists cannot be sure a sacrifice will appease the beings, as the warrior summon are often very keen on killing people. And then Greater Ceremony of the Deep. So this one we actually have to go in the depths, the deep sea, in order to get that, and that could be very useful there. So that's going to be one we'll look to target. All right, and then Chanoon has Ceremony in the Deep, so he can also go to the deep and cast things. So let's go ahead, and we're going to transfer our whole army. If you're ever curious about commands, you can hit the question mark. It gives you all the different keys in the screen. So if you hit it here, it'll show you all the different ones. Definitely useful, and once you learn them, you can get through the game much faster. Okay, we're going to leave 2 behind to keep these guys out, because these guys can come on sea. They're amphibious, so they could end our game really quickly if they take our home. You lose one of 2 ways. You lose all your leaders, or you lose all your citadel. So I only got the 1 citadel right now. So all right, so at this point we have 3 move, so we're going to do that, and we're going to attack there. We want to attack here because it gives a sacrifice, which is our other income. As you can see, we're making 3 gold, 1 sacrifice right now. We also have 2 trades, so we're going to go ahead and use that for iron right now, so that we can get some of our quality troops for now, and we'll go from there. All right, so battle reports, if you don't have them turned on, you just see the battle, but you don't get to go through and look at all the stats, so you don't know what you lost, what killed what, that kind of thing. So definitely turn on battle reports, because you can always hit the view button and then watch them. So as you can see in combat, it goes turn by initiative. And then basically we're casting our spells, and we just basically paralyze the crap out of them in 1. So boars. All right, our crossbows can handle the boars. I want to kill these guys. Okay, good. We've got ourselves a town. That's annoying because that'll attack before the battle starts. Otherwise, that's a pretty easy take. So we'll just have to get up some troops and deal with them. So basically we attacked these guys because otherwise they'll constantly mess with us. Oh, we converted 2 of them. So as you can see, -1, -1. We got the captain and the warrior. Very nice. And then attacked in the deserted port. Exactly what I thought would happen. The boars came and attacked us, but they couldn't get past the gate, and our crossbows just killed them. Although that was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. Oh boy. I forget, deserted port does not have the best of gates. This is the weakest gate in the game. It's still got 20 hit points and 2 armor, but yeah, those boars really took a shine to that. So luckily that's all protected now, and we're good to go there. So all right, we're going to kill this captain because we want that. I think we want to kill this town too. We just got to be able to survive the catapult, so we'll need to do some recruiting. All right, so we killed the captain. Nothing much else to see here. We now have another sacrifice. All right, so movement is 1 action point normally, but as you can see, it's got the little glow or snow boots. That means it's improved because of the snow. So this is 3 action points to get there, and I think it's worth it. So we can go and grab this hamlet, which is not a coastal hamlet, which is a shame, because coastal hamlets give us free spawns, but that's a market village. That's good. Pearls out there, so we could get that eventually. We'll go ahead and take that. 12 units. 5 archers are going to basically rip through my spearmen. So we'll need to do some more recruiting before we attack there. So, all right, we'll go and kill the bandits. Oh, look at all these coastal hamlets. Beautiful. So your early game is going to be very much just going out and taking things. All right, we lost 1 spearman due to a bunch of archer attacks because these guys are all archers. And yeah. We had him. How did he die? Spearman attacked. Yeah. Get an assassin. All right. So not a bad start. I'm very happy with this so far. Battle on a coastal hamlet, so we murdered them. All right. Now we just basically have to go out and explore. I'm going to swing back around because eventually I'm going to have enough gold to... The witch has been eliminated, slain by horrors. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, now it... Ooh, jeez. That's a lot of units, a lot of crossbows, so we're not going to be able to take that. We can definitely take that. 4 giant spiders. These guys have a lot of hit points, so we're not going to be able to take them out easily. With my spell casting, I think so, but we'll worry about that after we get this coastal hamlet here. All right. And we're starting to see insane fisherman has spawned in our coastal hamlet. So as you can see, he's basically does 1 to 4 damage, 5 hit points. So he's a spearman without the shield, essentially. So, but he's free, so we don't have to pay for him. And we'll start seeing that show up more for sure. All right, we'll go ahead and kill that. All right, we lost a spearman, but we've got a captain and a halberdier. Very nice. Very nice. I don't mind that at all. All right, what do you got? 3 archers, huh? It's going to cause some damage, so we're going to... Ooh, magic school. So these things can allow you to summon mages like these guys. He's got a spirit eye. Sense dead as well. That's a really cool art item. So you get items on your heroes and on your troops. This one is cursed, so I'm not going to be able to choose who gets it. They'll lose an eye, but they will have spirit sense, so they can scout. And anything that might normally be stealthy or hidden from you will be completely visible, so that's useful. All right. Oh, we don't have the bar. I forgot about that. Normally you can select with the sacrifice classes how many sacrifices you want to use. So in this case we cannot. So all right, let's grab that, and we're going to come back up because I need to consolidate near where we're at. Okay, scout would be useful. So let's go ahead and grab the scout, and we'll grab some crossbow. I probably should have done regular archers when I'm fighting, but they might be useful for the siege warfare. Alright, we got ourselves a dwarf commander, so hopefully we can take him. Yeah, we got him. Cool. We enslaved him. So we've got quite the menagerie now of creatures. So dwarf commanders are pretty beefy. They hit pretty hard. They don't count as commanders, though, I don't think, when they're enslaved. No. So normally if you enslave people, if they're commanders, they don't actually act as commanders, but sometimes you can get them. I don't know if it's random. We were talking about how it might depend on the spell you use to get them. So like charm might do it, but enslave might not, things like that. So either way, we've got to find some numbers here, so we'll do that. And you see we're starting to get some of our free spawn here, so that'll be good. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some swordsmen. Hero would be interesting. Not the greatest recruit, but sometimes they come with magic items, and that could be fun, but we're just going to play it smart here and just get ourselves some swordsmen. Alright, so we got our first opponent showed up, and I don't like it. It's a Necromancer, so Gundamar the Necromancer. He doesn't have any undead with him, though. Let's take a look. So we want to look to see, that is the actual AI Necromancer. Okay. Sometimes it's his apprentice we see, but go ahead and take those two out. Alright. And yeah, so we could actually, if we could reach him, we could crush him, but he's going to take that village and lose nothing. Yeah, he turned it actually into a soulless. So soulless actually hurt him because they slow him down, so we might actually be able to catch him. But we're going to come down here and attack this town and eliminate that. Winter's here, of course, slows us down, but we can reach there. And we'll come and take our coastal hamlet back. As you can see, we're up to 2 troops there. 2 troops. Unfortunately, some of these are not coastal hamlets, despite being on the coast and being hamlets. So sometimes you get these kind of recruits, and that's actually fantastic value, but I don't have the gold. Alright, so we ended up losing our captain, 2 crossbow, and a captain, other captain. And it was probably to this catapult. Yep. Alright. Cast confusion. Yep, so not bad. So now we have this with 3 sacrifices, 4 gold, and trade. So now we're getting tons of iron, which is great. Still not feeling confident about taking that because our numbers got depleted a bit. How many did we lose overall? We lost 4 troops, so I think we can take them on, and we'll grab this tower. The reason the tower is important is the tower is also a citadel, so I can recruit from there. So I don't have to recruit from all the way back there if I want to avoid it. And he's coming up to see me. That's perfect. So we lost a spearman, but we gained the High Lord and an archer. I will trade a spearman for that anytime. So beautiful. And I'll show you why in just a bit with the High Lord. Alright. So the High Lord has 3 armor, so Spearman only does 1 to 4. So, you know, that means that most of the time he's not doing damage. Lance charge, which is once per battle, 1 to 12, and then 2 broadsword strikes. So he's the equivalent of a swordsman. He's also a leader, although I don't know if that affects here because he's been enslaved. But most importantly, yeah, he's just a great frontline troop to fight. So yeah, it was really cool that we got him. Let's see, you've got just 17 units here, so I can crush you now. We'll go ahead and do a recruit. Ring of water breathing. Yeah, we got a lot of sacrifices right now. We need to start using those. What do I have right now? I need more archers, right? So, and since none of his guys have armor, regular archers should be just fine. The shields are problematic, but do that. Alright, so Necromancer's nasty. He's got level 2, so we gotta hopefully not take too much from him. So that's the question mark. So we're going to just view the battle. We're going to look at his spells. So Cloud of Death is terrible. I really wish he didn't have that one. Terror and Decay. So Decay is a pretty bad thing. Basically, if you get decayed, you will die. There's just no stopping it. So here's hoping. All right, so he casts Terror, which is good. That causes people to run. So we got a couple people that are going to run here. Hopefully we drop a meteor on his head. Did he cast Terror again? He did. Oh, thank God. Okay. And we got him. Perfect. So we managed to recruit an archer out of that as well, and we eliminated his lead guy, so really helps us out. Do that. Okay, so we're doing pretty well. I need to get somebody out into the sea to do some sacrifice, or do some summons, although I may just do it here. Warriors of the Deep. Okay, well, we'll take a look at that in just a sec here. So, Captain. All right, good. Stupid crab. Giant crabs are kind of nasty because they can come up on land. They have 55 hit points and 3 armor, and they do 1 to 20 damage. So, they can delete certain armies if you're not too careful. All right, so we're going to go ahead and use our special powers, and you'll see what happens here. So, there's a sound effect you're looking for. That's the one we want. So we got War Shamblers. So it does that first horn sound, or whatever that sound effect is, and then it can sometimes do a thud, and if it does a thud, that means that they did not want to fight for you. These guys are good, though. 2 armor, shield, 18 hit points, poison resistance, and they do 1 to 7 damage. So, yeah, if you see that +3, it isn't 1 to 4 +3. You roll a 7-sided die instead. It adds to the top number, so that's important to note. Also, we were talking about the guy with 3 armor, and Spearmen having trouble. That means 75% of the time they're doing no damage to that guy. But if they do roll the max damage, the 4, then they get to actually re-roll the die, subtracting 1 from that die roll. So 4, re-roll the die. If you roll a 2, then that's 5 damage you're doing. Then subtract armor. So there is a chance you can break through. It's just less and less common, especially if you're doing more and more damage. So, but there is always a chance. So your guys are never invulnerable unless you have the spell Invulnerability. So, all right. So we did that successfully. Let's do one more. There we go. Because the stars seem to be right. So Deep 1 warriors are just weaker. They have 1 armor, 7 hit points, and they're spearmen, essentially. So they're spearmen with 1 armor instead of just the shield. So, and let's go ahead and do a contact Old Ones. The Old Ones are ancient and powerful beings that live in the depths or maybe in the void. Trying to contact them is a risky proposition. It's safest to do it with a large army nearby, because even if the stars are seemingly perfectly aligned, there's always a risk that the Old One will not approve. So, can only be cast near water areas. So, all right. Good. So, we'll go ahead and space out there and end turn. All right. So, 25 units. That's a lot of crossbows. We should probably swing up and grab this port, and then we can actually take the trip out to deep water. But we're going to push ahead, only because I know the Necromancer is weak right now. It's a Raven Spy, which I found because someone in my army has scouting. Interesting. Nope, that wouldn't be him. These guys? Nope. Oh, I do have a scout. Okay. So that's the reason you can recruit a scout, because you can see invisible enemies. Those are normally invisible, and they just go around. They're non-combat, so if you find them and crush them, then, yeah, they're not going to do anything. 10 gobos. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take this guard tower as well. Just a little insurance. Let us do some recruiting as well. Okay, there's our Necromancer apprentice. So, sea dogs attack my insane fishermen. Stupid sea dogs. So these guys are just essentially, yeah, they're like swordsmen without armor. So, where was that? I was trying to do it quickly, but I don't see. Oh, here. That's where it is. Okay, well. We'll come back for you, tower. We need to go crush this Necromancer. Yeah. Okay, this should probably end the Necromancer, which is good. So this one was actually doing all the summons. So he's got a couple dire wolves, 46 hit points. That's just huge. And it basically makes things run in fear. So I didn't explain fear. or terror. So basically, you roll that die. If it's, I believe, equal to and higher than the morale, then they run. So in this case, undead always have high morale, so you don't base it on that. But that can cause problems because it strikes in a cone. And they also bite for 1 to 17, so those are huge. These guys are just like my knight, but this 1 to 10 damage on the 1 strike, and then just 1 to 6 here. But they're magic attacks, which can be useful against certain targets. More importantly, they're ethereal, which is negating 75% of all attacks on it, so they just don't do any damage. Non-magic, that's the important thing. So they've got a lot of other abilities here, but the important ones are the ethereal. Banishable can be useful for certain factions, but not for us. And those are all traits for the undead. So all the ones glowing here you can see are ethereal. He's only a level 1 Necromancer, though, so we're going to crush him pretty easily. So thank you for coming to us. All right, and yep, Gundahar, the Necromancer, has been eliminated. So what do you have? Bolt of Unlife and Reanimation. Okay, I can live with both of those. He's going to summon a unit. And my guys have pretty good morale, 7, so they have to roll max to even have a chance at it. And right now I am weakened because they hit me with somebody hit me with the weaken. Was it you? No. Oh, there he is. Life drain. That could weaken, maybe? I don't remember. Oh, no! He killed my High Lord. Took 11 damage from that Bolt of Unlife. Lucky roll. That sucks. But, hey! Just go ahead and speed through this now. We did get ourselves a Necromancer Apprentice and a Direwolf. Amazing. So we lost our High Lord, we lost a Swordsman, Deep One Warrior, and Shambler. Not bad, though. Having a Necromancer is cool. Yeah, there you are, dude. So you cast... Oh, no, that's my Cultist. Here we go. Reanimation, Bolt of Unlife. It's just got Battle Fright, so nothing terrible. And he is also not a leader, so he is doing his thing. Unfortunately, since he is not a leader, I can't use necromancy spells. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to grab this tower. Here, I think, is our next bet. Do that. Well, let's go ahead and put some archers there just to defend it. Not my best use of gold, but and stats. So we lost a direwolf. Ah, stupid giant spiders. I was hoping we'd convert one of them, but our direwolf was pretty injured. So, oh, we did convert one of them. We just murdered it with, or the other spider hit it and killed it. Oh well. All right, not bad at all. So we've got ourselves 41 units. We're doing great here. We're going to go ahead and hire some archers here. And let's transfer all and leave 2 behind to guard this tower. And let's go ahead and grab that port. So we're doing pretty well. I can't complain right now. Eliminating the Necromancer early is good because they can be pretty problematic. So we lost the Swordsman, but gained a Captain, Archer, and Halberdier. Enslave is such a powerful spell. It's less common for them, but when you get it, it's just so amazing. So, alright. So the thing to do here now, I want to go in the deep and I want to do some summons. So, what I got to do is I got to basically build up enough of an amphibious army that I can do the summons in the deep. And... let's see. Dangers misreading the stars is minimized, but there is a chance that they could attack you. So we'll do this a couple times. And you see we failed there, so we got to fight those war shamblers. But because we have enslave, we can actually... why do we have this captain? Huh? Interesting. Interesting. Alright, yeah, so I have absolutely no clue why this captain got leadership qualities here and we didn't get it with others, so whatever. Alright, so yeah, we got to fight here. This will be pretty easy. Hopefully we'll enslave some of them. so that we actually turn them to our side anyways. We did, so so we only lost 2 of those possible. Alright, so at this point, I'll get you guys out of here. Let's transfer all, and oh no, we'll get all, and what we do is hit L for landlubbers. So basically it removes anybody who can't walk into the sea. So that's our army we're going to walk into the sea with. We have to get to this deep sea tile. So that's unfortunately going to take a little bit, but we'll do that. And these guys will chill. Let's go ahead and grab that army there. Actually, at the port, we can do a recruit. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some swordsmen, because we need to fluff out that melee line a little bit more. And those guys are going to chill there. So springs here. All right, so does this count as deep sea? It does. So let's go ahead and use our... Nice. Okay, so those guys are tougher. Pillars of the Depths. They have 3 armor, 26 hit points, and they have a spear and a bite. So very cool. And that is all our movement there. These guys... You guys got a decent enough force. Stupid crab. Giant crab. Stupid seahorses. Alright. We're gonna chill. We're not gonna go crazy here. We'll just hit space. Actually, Stanibor, why don't you go ahead and move to this tower over here? And we can use that. Alright, so we're basically gonna use... We'll do 2 more Ceremonies of the Deep, I think. Greater Ceremonies. Okay. Alright. So, I mean, those are fantastic frontline troops. I mean, because you compare them to these guys, these only have 18 hit points and 1 attack. So these are great. We've got ourselves a pretty decent army. So we'll just hit space here. And... let's see, this army is building up. Let's go ahead and move you down to your tower. And let's see. At this point, we should probably get you some archers, because once we come back with those others, we're going to be in great shape. Alright, so we'll just hit end turn. And I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. So... As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it means a lot, and I will catch you guys next time.